It is really a privilege to, and really very, I really appreciate your efforts to give us this opportunity. So, firstly, I would like to say that, I'm trying to practice the mantra, but unfortunately, I do a lot of traveling and due to office work. And like every day, it is like not, I do the mantra, but I'm not able to do the things which are given in the book every day. So I have a live example I wanted to share. My daughter and I have twins. They're just 1 year, 4 months old, and they were suffering from fever and cough and cold. So I tried that whatever the way we read the book, and we tried to do the healing from the book. And suddenly my wife was saying that you should administer the medicine, and the fever was not going down. And you won't believe, sir, it was a kind of miracle that after around 20 minutes, the fever went down and they slept. So
Okay.
this was something really very, that's the reason I have, started believing more on this. But the only problem is that, sir, I'm not able to practice those healing techniques every day. And because of this traveling and, completely packed with the schedule of office. But I do the mantra every day. In the
Let, let,
morning,
let me clarify. Uh,
sir,
God wants that you should do the mantra daily, which will keep the connection with God alive.
right, sir.
Number two, God says that use the healing protocol given in the end of the book only as and when it is required, and not daily, not that you have to do it every day. So do not feel bad that you are not doing them. It is only when it is required.
And so one more thing, so whilst I'm traveling, so can I also do the mantra when I'm outside the house?
Yeah, you can do that.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Gulshan.
Namaste.
Yes, namaste. I can hear you.
Um, well, first of all, I want to thank you. I want to thank God and you that this message has come, because it put me, how to say, back on my feet after some journeys here and there. So it's really disrupting, if it does nothing else but really disrupting belief systems, which nobody proves. Offering another one, you
Yes.
don't say believe me, but you say try it, and it is I don't know, it has just also, like you say, everything is different, but nothing is really different. So yeah, maybe all of us who have read the book, who do the mantra, we experience something similar. However, I am once in a while, doubts are lurking into the mind, which is always, of course, wants to understand. And I want to ask the question to you. How do you see, what does God say? How do you see this message in the light of Advaita?
In the light of Advaita. Uh-huh. You have been a practitioner of the Advaita Vedantic
Yeah,
practices.
yes.
How
For the past
exactly,
20 years.
how exactly were you practicing it?
How was I practicing it? I had certain experiences when I first visited my favorite place in India, which kind of proved that what I am is much beyond the body. However, the still body identification is definitely going on here. I have practiced Ramana Maharishi's self-inquiry method to whenever something
To know.
that occupied the mind was very much on to get out of the mind.
So you were actually inquiring as to who you are?
Yeah, sure, so to say.
And what was the answer that Ramana got?
The answer that Ramana got was, I don't know, something that is written in the ashram, but the answer I got was that first there has to be an I before there can be a God or anything, because I have to be there to prove existence.
And
I'm not different from that.
Yeah, but what is this I?
That is, in this terminology of Advaita, that is the self, that is God, that is Guru.
So God has given a lot of clarity around what this I is. Because unless you know conceptually what I is, you will find your experiences not very illuminating. You're able to understand my English?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, I will give you the understanding of I as God has given me. Since you talked about Advaita, the Advaita says that everything that is there is Brahman. And a portion of that comes to the human as Atman. So they said when Brahman enters the human, now that becomes the Atman. Up till now, I am with you.
I've read that concept in your. I don't want to interrupt you, but what about Parabrahman is that which is
But
entering?
what about Atman? We will go into the Parabrahma later on.
Okay.
First, what is Atman?
My soul.
Your soul? No, that's where the biggest mistake people has made. They assumed Atma and Atman to be the same, but they are not. Atma is the soul. What then is Atman? Any idea?
In your terminology, I reckon when you ask like that, it must be Karl.
No.
No. Okay, it is God then.
No.
Oh yeah, you tell me.
The reason I am actually having this interaction with you in this manner, it is because it will give you a clarity that you did not have up till now. And it is a clarity which was never given by any teacher, any master, any guru, anywhere. Now coming back into when Jesus said, me, my Father, that is Son, Father, and what was the third one?
Holy Spirit.
Holy Spirit. Now, this word spirit is what is Atman. This word spirit is what is the I you are talking about. This word spirit is what is divine. This word spirit is what in India we call Ishvara. Up till now you got it?
Yeah.
Now, why did Jesus say Holy Spirit? The reason he said Holy Spirit, it is because that spirit was meant to do a job which was holy. But your spirit and other human spirit are not called Holy Spirit because that spirit is delivering the storyline which is according to a karmic baggage. But it is the same spirit that Jesus had. Your spirit and Jesus' spirit is same because it is coming from Brahman. But then what is Brahman? Any idea?
God.
God. Okay, no, Brahman is not God.
But eventually, isn't that so that everything, even that Karl, which fell off Brahman, which we call devil in Christianity, in the end, it's all there.
I haven't yet brought in Karl. Karl is much, we'll leave that Karl aside. I'm talking within the language, current language and the past language. I'm creating the link. What then is Brahman in our language today? It has a name in our language today. It is known as matrix. So, spirit is nothing but a portion of the matrix that comes into an individual. And the spirit creates our body, creates our mind, according to the storyline that we have which has already been written by the soul. So depending on how the storyline is, the spirit creates the body accordingly, creates the mind accordingly, gives us the life force, gives us the skills, gives us our attitude, gives us our limitations, gives us our excellence. Spirit gives us everything. Now I'm using Advait Vedanta and I'm using our current language to give you a clarity, because unless you know what you are searching, how would you ever know that you are on the right path? So basically what you are searching is spirit, neither God, nor Kal, nor matrix. You are searching the Atman, not the soul. Soul is
Advaita is.
Atmas. So you are not searching the soul. Now this spirit is what every spiritual master is actually accessing. They are never accessing the soul. That is why the word in English is known as self-realization. This self with the capital S is your spirit. And you are realizing your spirit,
which is part of matrix.
Which is part of matrix. And what then is matrix? Matrix is the mind of Kal. Now Kal comes in.
Got it.
Matrix is the mind of Kal. So when we say Maya and matrix, we are referring to two individuals, Kal and Durga. So Durga is also known as nature. So this Maya, which ultimately creates our hypnosis, which convinces us as to who we are, which convinces us that the world exists, which creates all our dreams, creates all our beliefs, creates all our, what else does it do? It makes us go into faith, into devotion, into all kind of things. It makes us religious. It makes us believe that there is a God, because we do not know whether God is there or not. Maya convinces us that there is God. So now coming back from your search of 20 years, you were searching for who am I? I is the spirit, not the soul, not the God. And I referred to another God which is inside us, which is soul. But soul is not spirit. Now, can anyone ever know the spirit? Yes, they can know the spirit. They can never know the soul, but they can know the spirit if it is the will of the spirit. And when will it be the will of the spirit? When the soul has written in the storyline that at certain point of time, we will realize our true nature, and our true nature is the spirit. And the spirit can be realized, or the I can be realized, or the self with a capital S can be realized only when it is the will of the soul. And not through our spiritual practices.
Yes.
Now the problem is Ramana Maharshi did not clarify all these things that I am clarifying.
That's true.
But he did use a word that my spirit is on my right side. That is my heart. And someone said, no, the heart is on the left side. He said, maybe, but for me, it is on the right side. He was speaking about his spiritual heart. And he was pushing people that drop everything that you are not in order to find out who you truly are. Now, who you truly are is your spirit. But can you know it? You cannot know it unless you are meant to know it. How do you know whether you are meant to know it? Only if it is written or scripted in your storyline. That is why God says that spirituality is also a deception, along with religion and along with the materialistic world.
He says that along with my father. He used to say it also in the human voice all along.
The father for Jesus was Carl.
Because I mean, not. No.
So the son was Jesus, father was Carl, and there was Holy Spirit, that which was a portion of the matrix that came with Jesus in order to do the work that Jesus was meant to do. Because humans on their own cannot do anything. Humans assume they can do whatever they want to do. Minus their spirit, even Jesus could not do anything. He needed the Holy Spirit. And in the same way, you need your spirit, I need my spirit. So the spirit comes when we are born. In fact, when we are conceived. And that is the point when the spirit decides how the baby will develop in the womb. And after the baby is delivered into the world, the spirit decides how the baby will now grow and become what it is meant to become within the storyline, according to the storyline. You have read the book?
Yes, and I'm doing the mantra daily. I'm also doing the releasing, but I only see 30% of my health has improved. So I'm still following the releasing part, and I'm taking the doctor's medication also. But is this a like, does it subside further?
I do not know, Seema, because it is between every person and God. To what extent God gives relief, to what extent God totally cures that person, these things are not known by me. So only time will reveal to what extent God interfered in your life and brought whatever God gave to you.
Okay. And so another question I want to ask you is about karma. I want to finish off the karma with certain people in my life. So by doing the releasing work, I say my toxic relationship with so and so person, may I have your grace, God. And I also make my own releasing statements like, I want to finish up for ending the karma with this person with ease and peace. May I have your grace, God. Is that okay?
That is okay. But one thing I just want to tell you, that do not focus on finishing off your karma, because that is something God orchestrates according to what God feels best. Just focus on your suffering, speak to God about your suffering, and let's see how much of ease you have in your life.
Correct. Okay, sir.
Okay.
So,
first of all, my pranamams to you. I am doing mantra, myself and my missus are doing mantra daily.
Okay.
Only while doing mantra, I am totally disturbed. I am not able to concentrate on mantra at all. Distracting my mind and so many thoughts. That how to overcome that and concentrate on my mantra.
You You have the book with you? You have read the book?
Not completely, but
Okay,
book
but
is
you
in
have the
here.
book. You have the book. So
Yeah.
keep talking to the book that I am not able to do my mantra, and whatever is coming in the way, please remove them so that I can do my mantra. Keep talking to the book daily.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That will
That is
give you
also.
some relief.
Well, another thing, sir.
Yes.
My granddaughter she is not able to concentrate on her studies. Can you suggest something to her?
The same thing again, ask her to speak to the book. I'm not able to concentrate. I'm not able to remember. I'm not having any interest in my studies, and then see what shows up.
Okay, sir.
And if
Thank you
she
very
is
much,
not
sir.
able to do it, then you do on her behalf that
Okay.
my granddaughter is not able to study. May she have your grace, God. But you have to finish the book before you can do.
Like, I have a doubt. Can we meditate on God?
No, you will not be able to meditate on God.
Okay. Sir, like another one is like, what happens after soul leave this world? Who is going to write the storylines for the further human beings?
Kal can create human journey without the souls, and Kal can give that work to someone down the line to keep writing the storylines. So Kal does not need the souls to write storylines anymore.
Sir, another one is like, is the heart is the seat of the soul, or is it a spirit, sir?
Spirit is always with us, but the soul is sometimes with us and sometimes not with us. So if you call as the seat of what is your heart, then I would put it as spirit and not the soul.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Darshan.
Like while I'm traveling and I am staying in a hotel, so should I first clean the space by releasing statement?
Yes,
Before
clean
mantra?
clean the space and do the mantra.
Okay. And one last question, sir.
Yes.
I understand from the book as well as earlier association that everything is part of storyline.
Yes.
Each and everything. So as such, nothing. There is no such thing like a willpower. So I was just wondering, like, if everything is scripted, then what am I supposed to do?
Exactly what you are doing, because we have been given the illusion that we have free will, and we can decide and we can create our life. This is an illusion that has been given to the human, and the human must take the advantage of these illusions and make every effort to create their storyline. And if they fail, then at least console themselves. It was predestined. So I tried my best, but this is all I can do, and this is all I have. Did you get what I pointed to?
Yeah, so what I understood is like continue doing what I am doing.
And make your best effort as if it is in your hand. But when you notice it is not in your hand, then accept it as it is the will of my faith.
Right. Got it. And one more last question, sir, if you permit.
Yes.
You mentioned that Carl didn't in the book that Carl didn't have any consciousness, and neither humans have consciousness.
Yes.
But the God's connection is possible only with some element of some element of consciousness with the grace of God.
Yes.
So if you can clarify, like if human doesn't have consciousness, how that consciousness needed for God's connection will come?
Through the grace of God.
Okay. So for having that God's connection, still consciousness is a must. Is that correct?
Is a must. Without that, we will not be able to maintain our connection with God. But this consciousness is not what the spiritual teachers and masters are talking about. What they are talking about is the spirit.
So this consciousness is very much misunderstood word. Like many, everyone.
It is misunderstood just as the word God is misunderstood.
So what is, sir, your definition of consciousness?
Consciousness is just a portion of God, which was not there before 2015. Because that is when God came into our universe.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
I'm giving very precise answers, direct and precise.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep.
Yeah, pranam, sir, and thank you so much. You're helping me to make my life more easier. I have certain questions for you.
Yes.
Out of that, one is to meet you and follow whatever you have told us to do, to have a peace and bliss in our life. So, is it a part of our storyline?
Listening to what I have said, what I have written, you're talking about that?
Yeah, and I'm following this mantra or
No,
this releasing. Yeah, is this a part?
All these things are not part of the storyline.
So then how we made like and
because God coming to the humans never was part of any human storyline. So this was somewhere out of the storyline, these things are happening.
okay. Sir, and one more thing, like, see, you feel like you're good, but certain people always, they carry some misconcept bias, or maybe your act, whatever action you do in your life, they don't like it. So such people are sometimes very vindictive towards you, and you want to, you want that relationship should be good, because we are living on this earth for the peace and all. We don't want to carry that. So how to change those people attitudes in your life, because it affects, when they are in such a bad this thing, when you're in your office and all, these people always are on the verge to do something against you, and we don't want, like, we want the peace. So how to tackle such situation?
First thing is, you cannot change people. The only thing that you can do is when they hurt you, when they give you pain, when they give you something, any kind of negativity, then you release on them and come back into balance. These people are in your life because at some point you might have hurt them, and they're giving back what you gave to them. So it is a give and take things that are happening. Now it is their turn to give you back what they received. So with that understanding, irrespective of whether that understanding is true or false, we just assume they are true and we allow them to do what they are doing. But at the same time, we also keep on releasing, and if possible, we try to create some better boundaries where we tell people that I do not like you behaving the way you behave. So I would prefer if you can modify your behavior. So at one end, you are releasing your pain. At the other end, you are communicating that this is not acceptable to you. But you are communicating from a place of balance and equanimity, not from a place of being a victim or not from a place of righteousness.
Okay. Yeah.
Clear?
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Manisha.
Sir, I just wanted to understand. I have obviously been following the classes also earlier, and then obviously the protocol I'm following. Even like like for like 10 days make, but I again keep on reading the book. But from past 1 month, I have started feeling very heavy, because of which my health problem has also started coming. Sometimes I have that constant fear that, okay, God is not with me, or if my connection is lost. And even if I like, when I sleep in my room also, it feels like something heavy is going on, as if I'm taking the negative energies of the people, their pain. Then I try to sleep, with the book, but not able to understand what exactly is going on, because I keep on releasing जो भी book में है, अपने आप भी आपने जैसे बोला है कि normal sentences भी बना के whatever you're feeling, just state, it's not the language which is important, and release. I am doing that, but there's something which I'm not able to follow, as if it feels like the God is angry or he's not there with me.
First thing to understand is God is always there, but there are denying forces which makes our life difficult. The second thing is some of the denying forces are part of our storyline, which means they are meant to harass us. Now, the only solution here is that you keep talking to the book, everything attacking me, may I have your grace, God. Everything disturbing my sleep, may I have your grace, God. Everything making my life difficult, may I have your grace, God. Everything not giving me peace and ease in my life, may I have your grace, God. Just keep doing it. And why I'm saying all these things, because God has not given me anything more other than this that the humans can use. So this is all that God has given, and I hope that God delivers some ease and peace to you.
Sir, I got your answer, so I'll start doing that. But is the GC, as you said, that God is always there? And one more thing I wanted to see, that why do I feel so heavy, as if unknown people, if I even traveling something, I feel that मैं उनकी energies connect कर लेती हूँ, उनके pain से वो ले लेती हूँ. And sometimes I keep releasing at that particular point of time, but
then release on me taking on others' stuff, me taking on others' energies, me taking on others' negativity, me taking on others' all the dark elements that they are carrying. So keep releasing that by saying every time, may I have your grace, God.
Anji, ठीक है. Noted, sir. Thank you so much,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you.
And please accept my gratitude for coming into my life. And I want to speak in a couple of seconds of how this book came into my life. It was a book fair. I'm from Ahmedabad. There was a book fair on 15th and 16th of January. And I happened to pass through this stall of a message from God. And they said that it's a live book. For the first time, I heard something like this. Okay, it's a live book. But for the first day, I just took the bookmark, which said that, okay, speak everything that you want to and just see the change. I took the bookmark and I took that to the office the next day. I kept in front of my desktop, and I was going through some issue in the office. I didn't even speak that issue, but there was something inside, kind of a blast, and the whole day was like it was falling in place till evening, and that made me feel that, okay, I should be taking this book, and let me immediately go to the fair and get it before the stall gets closed, because I don't have any address where to get it. So then I took the book, and I also have taken the mantra through the video sessions. And yes, I am feeling it. It initially, it was disturbing. It took time for things to sink in, whatever is written in the book.
Yeah.
I pray to God that I always want to be connected with him, and I stay connected with him, so that I am able to get out of this deception and understand the difference, that, okay, this is a deception, and this is not something that is going to help me. So that is what I always want, that I always stay connected with God. So second thing is, I say the mantra every day. Now, as per the instructions, I say it in silence, I mean internally. I do not speak out aloud. So is that am I going the right way, or should I be speaking aloud?
No, you should speak it in your mind.
in my mind. Okay, so when
Yes.
breathe in and breathe out, I accordingly I follow that.
Yes.
That
Yes.
is the right way that I'm doing.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aditi.
Okay, I just wanted to ask about the first question was about the Advaita path, and I have been in this path for some years also in Advaita path, and I just wanted to clarify if when Nisargadatta or Ramana said beyond I, beyond the I.
Beyond the I.
Beyond I.
Okay.
This is really God beyond I. That's something that you cannot see or experience or understand here, because it's beyond this time space reality.
You want to know more about that?
Briefly, it's just to connect what I've been the path I've been doing till now with the book and all the things.
So when Ramana says beyond the I, the first question is what is I? And what I is basically the Atman. Okay.
Yes, this I understood from the previous question, that the I is the spirit.
The I is the spirit. And what is beyond spirit? Beyond spirit is the matrix or the Brahman. So when Ramana says beyond I, he is actually referring to Brahman, the totality.
So, but this Brahman is still Kal?
No, Brahman now is the mind of Kal.
Mind of Kal. Okay.
Yes.
So we are still in this reality. We are not in God space.
No, we are not in God space. We are in the Kal space.
Okay.
We are in the space of the king.
Okay, still. And as a human, our purpose should be to be a good vehicle for the soul to come back to God. This could be our...
As a human, our purpose is just to enjoy the life that we have. What better purpose can there be? Forget about the soul.
Okay.
Let's keep it very simple.
Okay.
I am not a spiritual teacher who will push you on a spiritual journey. And I know spirituality in and out. I know spirituality as much as no master and teacher knows. Because I have been trained by someone who is beyond all these things.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't need to meditate 20 years to know spirituality. I do not need to read all the books to know spirituality. I just know. I ask God and God says this. And what 20 books can deliver, God delivers in 4 lines. And with so much of clarity that it leaves you spellbound.
Yeah. So it's just flow with life and...
Exactly, just flow with what you have. The people you have, the resources you have, the country you live in, the city you live in, the work that you do, just be with them and enjoy them. It means nothing more in life. No spiritual journey, no religious journey. Just have fun.
Okay.
Keep
Thank
it
you.
simple. Thank you, Ju.
Thank you.
Sir, it's amazing to connect with you again.
Yes.
Sir, I have a question, sir. I mean, what I have read in the book at the same time, like all the journey of life and, the other workshops, but, if I specifically talk about my question, sir, if Carl's conspiracy is to keep us entangled in pain, and if the pain is like, an inevitable thing in our life, is there a barometer within us that can help us Like say, for example, something that is a pain for me may not be a pain for somebody else. Okay.
Yes.
It could be emotional, relational, financial, or any kind of a pain or suffering.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, sir, that our equation is with pain is some, my most of the times, if I go with my journey and my experiences, if I change my equation with pain, my next action changes, okay, and my trajectory changes towards how I look at things and how I experience, those same people who have given me some discomfortable, situations.
Right.
So my question, there are two segments to my question, sir. First is, how do we alter our equation with pain? I mean, is there a way to alter our equation? Because if that is inevitable, and if the conspiracy is to keep us tangled into it, so that we are distracted in our journey, then probably changing the equation with pain would really be the wonderful to do. Number one. So number two is there a personal barometer in everybody, which can be given by the storyline or something which is part of how we should be leading our life?
Let me be with the first question. Can you alter your relationship
Equation
with
with
pain
pain.
or
Relation.
equation
Yes.
with pain? Yes,
Yes.
you can release your pain.
Okay.
And
All right.
that is the answer to your first question. And how
All right.
I have given the protocol in the book. You also have your earlier protocol. Whichever works
Right, sir.
for you, you can use. Now,
Right, sir.
now
Okay.
we come to the second question. What is your second question?
So, sir,
You
my
are
second
talking
question
about a
is that,
barometer. Barometer to check what?
like, no, sir. I mean, my point is that, if so, for the way you answered my first question, that we can alter our relation with our pain, right? So obviously, if we alter our relation with pain, the second question probably is like partially answered. Why? Because that would change my
Okay.
like I mean my endurance towards pain. Like I mean, if I can, if I release and
I don't generally endure pain. I release.
yeah, okay, no, I'm okay, okay. I get it, sir. Yeah, sure. All right. So I think now I'm clear on what I was really looking at. Maybe if I get confused, sometime in future, I'll connect in some of such sessions. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bhomik.
Actually, I have read your book, sir, in both the languages, in English and in Hindi also, sir.
Yes.
And I am doing the mantra chanting regularly, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I wish to humbly ask, sir, am I having God's connection, sir?
Yeah, you are having God connection.
Sir, I humbly request you to bless me so that I will have this God connection forever, sir. This is my humble request.
I keep losing my God connection every 10 minutes. How can I bless you? So, but one thing, you keep doing
Yes.
your mantra daily, and your connection, even if it breaks, will again be restored. So don't worry about God connection.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, actually, one more question. You are giving answers to all these questions. Will it be published in consolidated manner? This is humble
I don't
request, sir.
think so, but I don't know. It is not the will of God that everything I say get published. But maybe it will exist as a video. Let's see.
Yes, sir. Sir, when I can meet you personally, sir?
I don't know. Just keep praying to God, and
Yes, sir.
if it happens, it will happen if it is the will of God.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Pranam, sir.
Thank you, Prashant.
I was skeptical in the earlier days because I had spent a lot of my time in the life and pursuing spirituality. But of late, some of the concepts what you are speaking are becoming clearer and clearer. I am becoming more peaceful, that even the people can feel it around me. And I have taken your word for enjoying the life and not going.
Okay.
But still, that gives me this thing. Can we pass on this positive, this thing, saying ask God to sort of release for others?
That depends if they choose God.
Friends.
First, they have to choose God. They have to take the mantra. They have to read the book. Then the book protocol is available and they can release.
They can release themselves, but as well-wisher or friends or whatever, when you see others
you can
suffering,
release for others. In that case, the protocol will change to, let's say they are having headache. So all the headache that person is having, may that person have your grace, God.
Okay. Okay. And even to the persons that are against you or whatever, we can do
Oh,
that.
yeah. God doesn't have any problem with that.
Yeah.
Even if they are
Okay.
against me, no issue.
Yeah. I am so happy today because most of the doubts that I had was cleared by others' questions.
Okay.
And I feel light, and I'm glad that I was connected to you, and slowly, not fully still. Sorry.
It's okay. Let it be slowly.
I still have doubts like about the storyline. I think I have written personally to you also, saying, is it the same as Prarabdha?
Yes,
What
it
we
is.
were taught?
It is.
Okay. And then when you say that whatever is being done, we cannot do anything, then I get a little break.
No, but I always say, assume you can do and try your best. But if it doesn't work out, then accept it is my storyline. What can I do?
वो तो हमारे इसमें है ना कि क्या है सारे नसीब में लिखा है मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता
But that we have to bring later on, not in the beginning. In the beginning, मेरे हाथ में सब कुछ है.
Oh, that gives me enough.
Now you like
I
it?
won't say control, power. Yeah, very good.
मेरे हाथ में सब कुछ
Yes,
है.
like,
फिर अगर कुछ नहीं
yes.
होता है तो मेरा नसीब है. क्या करें?
Then we love God. Yes, I had been studying a lot of I Am Present books. So there, this is ultimately नहीं है तो ठीक है, we love God है ये. भगवान पे ठोक दो.
Then we practice accepting whatever is there.
Yeah, then it is fun.
Yeah. First we try to change, okay? Then after we get exhausted, we learn the art of accepting.
Yeah. You are just a few weeks ago you had said अगर कुछ नहीं है तो आप Netflix देखो. That relieves so much in me. उसने बहुत release कर दिया मेरे को.
Okay.
And I'm feeling light after that. Though I don't do anything, I can sit for hours together without doing anything and enjoy myself.
That's nice. So nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jaya.
First question is that do I lose connection if I put religious marks? My name itself is Tilak. We put Tilak.
No, you don't lose connection.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want to do.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And my heartfelt gratitude for I came off that this benzo group of drugs, sir. I used to use that drugs for anxiety. When I start doing this mantra since this January, I felt sometimes more is more peace I can see. Sometimes some kind of frustrations, irritations are there as usual into previous years. But I observed a lot of ease, sir. So to stabilize this ease, what more can I do, sir? Along with this will, all these three you mentioned.
The first thing is do not want anything more than what you already have. Because wanting takes away our peace, our ease.
Okay. Yes, sir.
We enjoy whatever little we have. If you have little peace, okay, this is enough. And when we say this is enough, that itself brings more peace. But the more you are trying to bring more peace, the more you are going to make things worse.
Okay.
Now, whatever I said, it's a little contradictory, but did you get it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm following as said, sir. As said, all the procedure you said, will of God. I'm doing as it. But sometimes to feel previous easiness, I'm trying to do something else, like some kind of meditating your image, and some. I'm trying.
Don't meditate on my image. Talk to my image. If you have
Yes,
any pain, or even
yes,
if
sir.
you don't have any pain, just talk to that image as a friend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That I can see,
But
sir.
don't
This.
meditate.
Yes, sir. I never felt in life that this kind of ease comes into my life.
Yeah, I
And
understand.
sir, I'm having God connection, sir. That's
Yes, you are having.
thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tilak.
First question is, how do you develop consciousness?
We cannot develop. How do we develop consciousness? We cannot develop consciousness on our own or through any practice. The only thing is, if God graces us, we start having consciousness. More the grace of God that we have, the more consciousness that we have.
Who wrote your storyline?
He wants to know who wrote my storyline. My soul wrote my storyline.
Did it include you working?
It did not include working with God.
You once mentioned your storyline crashed when you left your business.
Yeah. So I took certain decisions which were very drastic. And that was when I kind of started deviating from my storyline.
Rashba is asking why some of us fear death.
We fear death because we do not want to go out of existence. Now, if one goes into the story of Ramana Maharshi, it is said that the enlightenment process of Ramana Maharshi actually was about, he suddenly became scared about death. Now, why did this person become suddenly scared about death? Because that was the point in which that person was going out of existence. And when someone starts going out of existence, that person starts fearing death. Now, what does it mean going out of existence? It just means that your ego is crashing. You are becoming no one. You are becoming nobody. When this process starts happening, then people get scared, or people get confused, or people kind of feel something wrong or bad is happening to them. So this fear of death or fear of going out of existence, which is what death is, creates all our miseries. So death is nothing but going out of existence. It can happen while we are alive, and it can happen while we are dying. Both creates an anxiety which comes from fear, because we are like, how will I deal with the unknown? And we are always scared of dealing with the unknown.
What can we do to increase God's grace upon us?
I do not know about increase, but God says, do the mantra and do the releases as and when needed.
Can special children who cannot speak properly take mantra by parent and do practice under guidance of parent?
Parents can do the mantra for them by touching them, holding their hand, or keeping their hand on their body in or some place.
Is it okay to ask for may I have your grace, God, with each statement beginning with I am?
God has given that protocol only for your pain and suffering and not for your positive statements. Because when you say I am, that is a positive statement.
Does asking too many questions related to food lets my GC go away when I'm already guided by God, Ron?
If God told you not to eat, then it's better not to eat. And that is for Ron, not for others.
Is the wheel of karma real? If so, are both action and reaction karmic? Thank you, sir.
Wheel of karma is real. As far as actions and reactions are concerned, yes, they are a part of our mind mechanism. They will always happen because that is how we create new karma.
Somebody is asking, can we say, may I have your grace, goddess?
That is not the will of God.
If I am not around the book, can I still pray to God by saying, I am having pain, etc.? May I have your grace, God?
Yes, you can do that.
Even Buddha realized only his spirit. He also couldn't realize his soul, is it?
No, he did not realize his soul. It is not possible to realize the soul.
Can I know how getting answers from God for our questions and following the guidance of God is considered as serving God? And why serving God is our primary objective?
Why serving God?
Is our primary objective.
But God is not asking you to serve God. God just says, do the mantra once, one round, 21 times. That is all God is asking. And if you have pain, then talk to God. There is no work of God that God has given to the humans, unless the human says, I will take the message of God to other humans. And if anyone wants to do that, they are welcome to do that.
That's not the primary objective.
No, that's not the primary objective.
Sir, can I know how getting answers from God to our questions and following the guidance of God
Getting answers to our questions, and the next one is
and following the guidance of God
following the guidance of God
is considered as serving God?
No, it is considered as following the will of God, not serving God.
What is the difference between following the will of God and serving God?
When you serve God, you are taking the message of God to the other humans. When you follow the instructions given to you by God, you are actually following the will of God.
And when we are serving God, taking the message out to the humans, has to be done as per the will of God?
First, it has to be your choice that you want to do it. And then it has to be as God guides you and not as you want it.
What are some ways people can take the message out?
One of the ways they can give the people the cards, then they can give the people the book, and then they can give the people the mantra. They can direct the people to the website to read a little more, and they can take the people to the reels which are in the Facebook. So these are some of the ways we can connect them with God.
When someone irritates you and you call bad names in the mind, does it create karma?
It does.
There are many people who've written good afternoon to you, given namaste.
Okay, then we come back now again.
No, there is question also.
There is.
Is there anything or any symptoms or any signs to let us know whether we have a God connection or not?
We can only check it through either the rod or muscle testing or pendulum.
Okay. Can I say power word when releasing with photo?
You don't release with the photo, you talk to the photo. So there is no need to use the power word.
Right. सर मैंने मंत्र लिया है, क्या मंत्र में अपने रिलेटिव को दे सकता हूँ? कृपा मार्गदर्शन मिले।
हाँ, आप मंत्र आपके रिलेटिव को दे सकते हैं। उसके लिए आपके पास वो गाइडलाइंस होना जरूरी है, और जो गाइडलाइंस आपको मिला है वो गाइडलाइंस को समझाना भी है रिलेटिव को, और उनको फॉरवर्ड भी करना है। हाँ, आपके पास अगर कोई संशय हो तो आप अलग god@gmail.com में लिख सकते हैं।
यदि हम गॉड्स एनर्जी हीलिंग दूसरी मोडालिटी रेकी प्राणिक हीलिंग के साथ करते हैं तो रिलीजिंग इफेक्टिव नहीं रहती?
इस वक्त तो गॉड ने बोला है कि आप ये कर सकते हैं, आगे गॉड की मर्जी है वो कितना इसको इफेक्टिव रखेंगे या नहीं रखेंगे। अल्टीमेटली बेहतर यही होता है कि आप पूरी तरह गॉड के साथ आ जाए, और अगर आपको प्राणिक हीलिंग रेकी में रिजल्ट्स मिल रहे हैं तो आप वो कंटिन्यू कीजिए, वहां पे आपको गॉड की हीलिंग की जरूरत ही नहीं है।
Why is God not available to anyone? Why is mantra or the book required?
That is what is the will of God, and I have no say in that matter.
Question from a person who has read the book. If a person goes through a traumatic incident, the trauma gets healed gradually with time. How is this different from the way God heals?
One is healed by the spirit or the mind, and the other is healed by God. So the source is different. In both cases, healing is happening. The healer is different in both cases.
The results also?
The results also, that again is a matter of who is doing what. Spirit has also been known to create instant results. So we are not saying that spirit delivers less than God. What God delivers has a different quality than what spirit delivers. There is a certain amount of grace which is not there with the spirit. And this is something that you only come to know when that thing shows up in your life.
How to use the protocols for healing someone else like my clients?
Exactly the way he is using for himself. That is what he has to teach the other person.
So he can just, instead of I, he can use their name.
Their name.
Do we need to read book every day? Will it help more?
No, it is not like that. Whatever they feel the guidance, they should do accordingly.
When Durga came under God's domain, my parents wanted to go to Chandi Puja at home, or wanted to do a Chandi Puja at home. Do they have God's will to do that?
No, God's will is no, but allowing, yes.
What is the difference between the will and allowing? Many people don't know on the
God prefers that you be only with God and no one else. But because the humans cannot go to that extent, because of which they are not able to receive the grace of God, God has been very kind to say, okay, I allow you to do whatever you are currently doing, but just do my mantra daily so that some grace from me reaches you in your life.
Is there a difference between God's will and God's allowing when we follow? What happens?
We have to understand what is God's. You have to ask God whether this is will or allowing. That is the only way we come to know.
Best is to follow God's will?
Best is to follow the will of God, but one will not know that in the beginning.
How can we realize our storyline changed by our chanting the mantra?
We will not know because we do not know our storyline.
Can we do more rounds of 21 times during the day?
No, it is not allowed. You might lose your GC.
I am using Rod. How to know the authenticity of God's guidance?
Even I do not know at this point of time after so many years.
So if somebody is not sure, obviously, about the guidance and they have to make a decision, what's the best way they can go to take the confusion out of them?
I check everything multiple times and then I make a decision and tell God that if this is not from you, you take care of whatever is going to happen.
Sir, I am doing mantra daily and now I am feeling boredom. Why is it so?
When the karma starts getting cancelled, boredom increases.
I am unable to get answers to the questions most times as I get no reply. When I check my GC is lost. I release and ask God His will against again the GC is lost. Retesting several times, I get a reply, but at times I can't get a reply till few hours or few days. How can I overcome my lost GC when I need God's guidance?
I do not have God connection. May I have your grace, God?
And if somebody has to make a choice and they don't have GC and they can't receive
The
guidance,
best is to follow their intuition and go ahead.
and they can pray to God ki
They can pray to God that this is what I am going ahead with. I couldn't get a proper answer from you. Rest, you please take a look.
how to get an illiterate person take benefit from God?
Just giving them the card and telling that person any pain you have, talk to this card and see what happens in your life.
I'm having new relations in my life, which I fear may cause suffering because of my past experience with relations. I feel it's part of my storyline to cause suffering, or is it ongoing, or is it going to give me happiness?
Relationship mein happiness. All the best.
How to do muscle testing? There are videos.
There are Google videos. They can Google videos.
Yeah,
They
there are
can
videos.
check. There are videos they can check.
The question I have is around near-death experience. When people have near-death experience, what I understand is they leave their body, they go to a certain distance and again come back. So when they leave the body temporarily and they have a certain experience, my question is that with God or with the other domain? Yeah.
No, it is not with God.
It's not with God.
No.
So the white light and all of that experience.
All those are known as astral dimensions.
Okay. Okay. And whatever guidance the person receives at that point of time.
Yeah.
Comes from?
It comes from the whatever those inhabitants of astral dimensions are there. You might call them angels.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I think that's all. And one more question, but I don't know if it is appropriate to ask in this platform because I heard it on one of your Baithak audios. And I just wanted to ask more, was about the kings above the kings. That's the 7 or 8 kings that you mentioned above. King. Is there more information about them and how are they connected with God?
God has not given any more information.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Shruti.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
So how are you?
I'm good.
How's your health? Your health, not God's health.
God's health?
Your health, how is your health? Everything all
My
good?
health is good.
Okay. Sir, I would like to ask how to create a dent in my storyline.
How to create a dent?
Yes.
D-E-N-T.
In the storyline.
Denting the
D-E-N-T,
storyline.
dent. Yeah.
Why do you want to do that?
Because right now there's nothing. I mean,
it's not a good storyline.
Yes, I think so. It's yeah.
Then you have to rewrite your storyline, and I don't know how to rewrite because original you didn't write.
Yeah, that's there again.
So if you did not write the original, how can you rewrite?
Yes, because in some of your saying, you told that there can be a dent, like someone winning a lottery or something, but that won't stay for a long time.
Sometimes there are dents, but no one causes them. It happens. No one knows even how the dent happens. But then that person is again brought within the storyline.
Yes, and what else? So, are you channeling God right now? Like when you are in all these forums, so you're channeling God like
sometimes.
Okay, sometimes. And nothing, man.
Okay.
I don't have anything more.
Okay. Thank you, Kailash.
Thank you.
Hi, it's such a pleasure to see you. It's such a pleasure to be connected to you.
Yes.
I have 4 questions. I've just written them down. You can take whichever you feel guided to answer. One is, God love us? Is there anything called unconditional love?
Is there anything called
Unconditional love.
Unconditional love? It's a very dreamy thing. We can dream about it. In reality, the chances are no. And what is the second question?
What are the role of emotions for human beings? Is this also food for Carl?
Yes, they are food for Carl.
Oh no.
Third question.
During a sense of anxiety and restlessness, particularly when I'm driving, because I've had past driving trauma. I've had 3 major accidents.
Yes.
Car accidents. I usually used to have a tendency to chant Om Namah Shivaya.
Okay.
And after following the protocol and spending time with the book, that's not happening anymore. Is there another instinct? I don't know. I have an instinct to want to just keep myself protected because I do have a very strong fear of driving after the accident. So is there anything like a linchpin or something to hold on to, an anchor?
First thing is, God does not give protection. Second thing, you can release all my fear around driving, all my anxiety around driving, all my tendency to create accidents. And another thing that you can do is everything unclean in my car. Because if your car is not clean, you might attract other vehicles towards your car. And another thing you can do is everything unclean in me. Then you can do is all the attacks happening on me and my car while I'm driving. So these are kind of some statements, and after each statement you can add, may I have your grace, God.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My last question is, I have been an artist for a very long time, and all too suddenly everything has stopped. Visualizations have stopped. Creative projects that come, they just go away. My entire scope of being an artist depends on visualization and emotions and rasas and all of that. Everything has stopped. I do not know. I feel like there is a point of stagnation and I'm not able to move ahead.
I cannot guide you to restart what has stopped. But if that stopping creates certain amount of pain in you, then that is what you can release. Because I do not know whether this stop is temporary or whether it is permanent, whether it means you have to start a whole new journey, or this is just an interval and the show is again going to begin. I have no idea of the future. And from that point, all I can say is, if this brings up any kind of anxiety, it's best to keep releasing them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dhruti.
I first was introduced by a friend of mine on with your book online.
Yes.
I just want to know, is the mantra similar for everyone? The same mantra for everyone, or are they different mantras?
No, it is same.
It is same. Okay,
Yes.
that is one. That is one. That was just an inquisitive query that I had. And I just recently I've been going through a lot of emotional turmoil. Now, within my relationships with the closest people of my family. So I just got guidance from the same friend who introduced me to the book that, to say it in certain ways to release the pain.
Yes.
But, when I say something like, I am not able to understand, I feel this I that I keep on saying makes it look very egoistical, like
I would put it just means you're referring to your own pain.
Yes.
And not the pain of your neighbor.
Yes, but is it okay, this I am, if I say?
It is perfectly okay.
Is it okay? Okay. Thank you for clarifying that part. And the last one I wanted to say is that sometimes when I've repeated the same pain, like say over a period of days, and somehow I just feel that it's over now. You know, not the physical, but somewhere a psychological block that may have come, that may have released. Is it okay to stop, or should I just go on continuing for some more time?
No. When you feel now there is no more pain, then stop. And when again the pain comes back, again do it.
Okay. And can I do it anywhere outside, like when the book is not around me?
Yes, you can do it anywhere.
Okay. Okay. I just feel some new doors have started to open after saying or rather releasing my whether it's guilt, pain, whatever that I'm feeling inside.
Okay.
I just feel some good doors have started to open for me.
Okay.
And
Nice.
today I got one clarification which I felt good, was that this emotional turmoil that I kept feeling is also a food for for whether it's Kal or whichever way you look at it. It's food. So I don't want to feed a monster anymore.
Okay.
Is that a good thought?
Yeah, very good thought.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
It's good to see everyone laughing around you.
Because we all are trying that.
थैंक यू सो मच कनेक्शन के लिए। और मेरा लास्ट टाइम ये प्रॉब्लम था कि मुझे लगता था कि मैं किसी को भी मंत्र नहीं दे पा रही हूँ, कोई मुझसे बुक भी नहीं ले रहा है। तो दैट इज स्टार्टेड एंड विद गॉड ग्रेस एंड आई एम एंजॉयिंग दैट।
ओके।
सबको जो बुक देते हैं और उनके जो एक्सपीरियंस होते हैं वो बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं और वो बड़ी राइचियसनेस भी आती है। तो उसके लिए भी मैं रिलीज करती हूँ कि ईगो आने की जरूरत नहीं है, ये काम गॉड का है, तुम्हारा नहीं है। एंड वन थिंग, वो इतना अच्छा लगता है उसमें कि आप बिल्कुल आउट ऑफ द वर्ड फील करते हो, तो उसमें साथ साथ फिर रिलीज करना पड़ता है। और मैं ये भी देखती हूँ कि जब आउट ऑफ द वर्ड फील करते करते आसपास की चीजें बहुत जल्दी अटैक करती हैं, स्पेशली इन द फैमिली। See, in my family, it was difficult for me to give mantra to them, to my husband and my both kids. पहले तो वो मंत्रा नहीं हो पा रहा था, अब मंत्रा दे दिया है तो मैंने देखा है कि वो करते नहीं है। एंड आई फील रियली पिटी कि कुछ कई चीजें हैं कि गॉड ने हमें इतना अच्छा टूल दिया है जिसके साथ हम बहुत इजीली इस लाइफ को लीड कर सकते हैं। ऑल्दो देयर आर सो मच अटैक्स, मगर फिर भी वो लोग नहीं करते और मैं अटैच्ड हूँ और उनकी सफरिंग के साथ साथ मेरी सफरिंग भी बढ़ती है। तो उस केस में मुझे क्या करना चाहिए? ऑल्दो आई एम डूइंग ऑल रिलीज।
इस टाइम में आपको आपका अपना सफरिंग रिलीज करना चाहिए और आप उनका सफरिंग भी रिलीज कर सकते हैं।
ओके। एंड एक चीज और कि जब मैं अपनी पूरी लाइफ देखती हूँ, लास्ट की लाइफ स्पेसिफिकली आफ्टर मैरिज, क्वेश्चन मेरा ये है कि एक तरफ तो मुझे सब सही लगता है, एक टाइम बड़ा अच्छा बीत जाता है और गॉड ग्रेस इज फ्लोइंग, देयर इज नो डाउट। मतलब जब हम किसी के साथ किसी को मंत्रा देते हैं, उनको बताते हैं प्रोटोकॉल, उनकी हीलिंग देखते हैं, सब फ्लो होता हुआ नजर आ रहा होता है, चीजें सामने से अच्छे तरीके से निकल रही होती हैं। और रोज रोज के मैसेज जो आते हैं उन लोगों के, वो इतनी अच्छी चीज इतनी देते हैं। और फिर अपने टाइम में ऐसा क्यों हो जाता है कि हम लो फील करते हैं?
इसलिए फील होता है क्योंकि कई बार हम जब दूसरों के लिए रिलीजिंग करते हैं, उनको जो अटैक करते थे वो हमें अटैक करना शुरू कर देते हैं। प्लस हमारा जो भी कार्मिक लेन देन बाकी है उसके अंदर भी अटैक्स आना शुरू होता है। तो उस टाइम में लो फील करना स्वाभाविक है, तो आप रिलीज कर दीजिए ऑल माय लो फीलिंग्स एंड ऑल द अटैक्स दैट आर हैपनिंग ऑन मी।
सतलोक कब आएगा? हम कब गॉड के सतलोक में बैठेंगे?
मालूम नहीं। ओके,
गॉड को प्रेयर कर रहे हैं कि जल्दी आ जाए।
ओके, सो बी इट, ऐसा ही हो। थैंक यू।
Yeah. Sir, my question is like that's about storyline. As you said, we haven't written our storyline,
हाँ,
but like, can we create different future, like where we are not creating problems, so not solving? So I inside I feel it's a possibility, but I tend to get into this matrix or other people's energy like this.
if
And
you
I
want
find
to,
myself.
if you want to create your storyline, the suggestion is do it to the best of your ability.
Okay.
But if you fail, then console yourself by saying, this was already written. I tried my best. I just couldn't do it. So let me accept what is already written.
The first one I read. I somewhere I feel it's possible to create
Yeah.
different future, you know.
Yes, that's why I'm saying give it a full try.
Okay.
Okay.
And sir, how to come out of this matrix and where I feel triggers of other people's fear and it really like affects me. Like
Then release on that all the fear I have, fear of other people, fear of they will harm me, fear of they will take advantage of me, fear of they will uh, insult me, whatever those fears are, keep releasing on them.
especially people who are going through heart attack, I perceive, I literally like I get triggered and sometimes I feel it's mind, but we get news, kisi, you know, somebody suffered through all this. So especially those cases, it became less now because I was working with this. So like, how can I change this specific situation? And then again, the people who are going to
Keep offering them to God.
what to say, what can I say?
The fear of whatever it is that you have, may I have your grace, God.
Okay.
You have read
So
the book,
it's just
na?
fear, no? Because whatever I am perceiving their fear or what is going through, and
So
that
all their fear that I am perceiving, may I have your grace, God.
and can I also detach from them? Like I don't want to perceive it anymore. It's
Every
very
way I am getting attached with them, may I have your grace,
your
God.
grace, God. Okay, okay.
Sir, I have only one question.
Yes.
And I wanna say thanks to my friend who sent me link because this is first time I'm connecting with you.
Okay.
I read book in Hindi in January
Mm-hmm.
and taken mantra in February 16th.
Okay.
And continue, I am following protocols.
Okay.
My question is, sir, before chanting mantra, I have to say that I am not able to make God connection. Okay? Sir, what is the meaning of God connection? Is holding a book or card, is it okay for God connection?
If you are not sure that you are having God connection or not, just say,
Yes, sir.
I
Yes, sir. Yes.
just say, I do not have God connection. May I have your grace, God?
Okay.
And that
Only,
will restore
only
your
this
God
thing.
connection.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So, no, I have to hold a book or a card?
No,
or
just say it. You don't
just
need
say,
to hold anything.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks, sir. Thanks.
नमस्ते सर।
नमस्ते
सर जीएफटी वर्कशॉप अप्रैल में करने के बाद life has been pretty peaceful in terms of the emotional turmoil I was going through earlier, the depression, the anxiety and everything. लेकिन अभी पिछले 1 महीने से इतना टर्मोइल वापस स्टार्ट हो गया है और कितना भी मैं रिलीज कर रही हूँ और दिन में एटलीस्ट 5-6 टाइम्स आई रिलीज द अटैक्स आल्सो, लेकिन मेरा और लाइफ ऑन द आउटसाइड इज नॉट वेरी बैड, इट्स ओके। एंड जीएफटी के बाद तो मैंने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया कि ये मेरी स्टोरी लाइन है। तो for some unknown reason बहुत सारी sadness, crying, overwhelm, continuous हो रहा है every day. I don't know what to do about it, sir.
मैं तो आपको खाली रिलीजिंग सिखा सकता हूँ. All the attacks on me release कीजिए, and everything unclean in my house release कीजिए.
So ये daily कर रही हूँ कम से कम 5 to 10 times.
Then I don't know. Yeah,
I just have a
okay.
question that there are times when I feel energetic around people and there are times when I feel drained. How can I maintain that energy of being energetic
How can you
around people?
maintain? I don't know, Prasuk, because I have not been successful with that. And how can I assure you that you will be able to do that? I go through these ups and downs of energy. I go through times when I'm in a pretty good emotional state and also not so good in my emotional state. I do release, and it's just that life is a roller coaster ride. We will go up and down. We cannot remain steady in that beautiful state that you are in.
So is it in releasing many times, do we have expectations for having magical results every single time? And maybe we have to become mindful or careful about that?
We will always want the magical results, but that does not mean that magical result always happens. Sometimes the results are very fast, very magical, and sometimes it is very slow, almost like not happening. So under these circumstances, I do not have any guidance except that let's wait and try it again after some time.
I feel immense blessed that I'm talking to you, the face of God.
Yeah,
Thank
you're talking to the face of God. Very truly said.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I feel really, really blessed that in my lifetime, I'm doing that. Yes, and I'm also grateful to my friend, my dear friend Varsha Mordani, who introduced me, who guided me to this book. And very recently, I've got to read this, and I'm taking it forward. So I've taken the mantra. I mean, I'm just repeating the protocol. I don't know if I've missed anything. So I'm reading the mantra and I'm talking to the book, but I just heard some power word and releasing. And some course you were talking about, everyone was talking about. So just wanted to know about that.
Those workshops are now no more happening. So let's not talk about all those things which are not happening. Currently, we only have the book. And even I am following the protocol of the book.
Okay.
So don't worry about what you did not do.
So I have completed the reading book and I am doing the daily mantra. I am using the protocols in the last chapters of the books whenever I required. I just have one question that can I use those protocols to reduce the sufferings of my family
Yes,
members?
you can. Only it is like this. My headache, may I have your grace, God? And the headache of my child, may he or she have your grace, God. Did you get it?
Do I have to connect to the member first and do these protocols? Or
No, you just say it in your mind. There's no need to connect.
Okay.
Normally what we do is if we have a headache, we say, may I have your all the headache that I am having.
That I am having.
May I have your grace, God. Now, if your wife is having the headache, you say, all the headache my wife is having, may she have your grace, God. That is how you heal.
Okay, I have to. Yeah, I have to pronounce her as a she, not I.
Yes, as she.
Okay. Okay.
God kept sufferings as food for Kal, with a hidden plan that if human suffers, then only human will search something and ultimately reach God. Is it true?
True.
Why do I feel tired around people?
You are taking on their negative stuff.
Sir, I'm experiencing a blockage in career growth. How can this be removed, or should I accept this as a return in my storyline?
Try your best and in the end accept it as storyline.
How about Swami Vivekananda creates his own destiny?
Because of lack of knowledge of true God, it was assumed that you can create your destiny. Because no one knew about what the king of the universe was doing to the humans, and no one knew that it is the destiny of the humans to create food for the king. That is why everyone, including Vivekananda, assumed, the word I'm stressing is assumed, that destiny is in our hand and we can create whatever we want to create.
Singing is my hobby. Is there anything wrong in singing? Will this reduce the grace from God?
No problem. Continue with your singing.
Is it okay asking someone to chant the mantra even if the person does not want to read the book?
Yes, they can chant the mantra.
I get a constant throat pain and sinus problem. I keep doing releases when I'm fed up. I take medicines, but they return back after a week or so again. Is it hampering my connection to God, I feel?
It is not hampering your connection with God, but keep offering that to God and then say, may I have your grace, God.
Can we say that for all my problems, may I have your grace, God?
Yes.
You explained about bodies, mental, etheric bodies, etc. Same thing is explained by Guru. So do we need to follow Gurus or not?
That is up to you, whom you want to follow.
Can you elaborate on putting book under the pillow and sleeping, how it helps?
I don't know how it helps, but only thing is if it helps, continue. If it doesn't help, then stop.
Can a female give or receive mantra to and from others during the monthly periods?
In the monthly periods, don't give the mantra, but you can receive the mantra.
Can we just
and chant the mantra.
Sorry. Can we just give the cards to someone just to keep it if they are not inclined to talk to the card?
Then don't give. If they are saying we are not inclined, then don't give. But afterwards, if they decide not to talk to the card, that is between them and God. No consequences on you.
But can somebody just keep the card?
They can keep the card even without need to talk with the card.
And it will still, they will receive the grace?
It's between them and God.
So we can invite people to Rakh ke dekh lo.
Yeah, just keep it with you and see.
See for a few days.
Mm.
When I pray, I cry even when I am happy. Why is it so? Is it normal?
Many times tears start rolling out when we are with God.
How to release someone else's habit of gambling and the suffering caused by it?
No, that will be controlling them. We cannot do anything.
If it's a close member and we see they're addicted to anything, not just gambling, any other addiction that they have.
You can do it, but ultimately God says unless that person is willing, you are trying to then control them.
So we can release on some suffering for them and not on the addiction.
We can release on our suffering because of their addiction.
If I have less money and need more for living, would it be right? Or would it not be right, as it would amount to asking for more, creating desires?
I'm not going into right and wrong. All I'm going into is you can make all your efforts to make more money. But if you can't, then accept it as your destiny.
People who have got the mantra from a workshop, do they have to take the mantra again, or they can continue with what they got?
No, they can continue with what they got.
My question is, it's rather request to God. We humans need some time. We humans need somebody to teach us how to live and cope up with whatever drama we have to face, as we are in realm of Kal. We just don't need a tranquilizer. We need a solution out for our problem so that no pain is caused. This is by somebody who's in Dubai, a new reader.
I cannot give you a new storyline. I can only give you, he used the word tranquilizer.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm giving you a tranquilizer. If you don't like it, don't use it.
And we need a solution for our problems so that no pain is caused. So
There is no such solution, because the whole life is nothing but a conspiracy to create problems.
So even after we start talking to God, releasing and God coming into our lives, we don't have to start dreaming there will be no pain.
No, there will always be pain.
And God will ease it.
And when we offer it to God, God eases. God gives relief. First is the intellectual understanding that there is no pain-free life. There always will be pain, because that is what humans are created for, to have suffering. So if you say, I'm never going to suffer, well, if you are enlightened, maybe, but if you are not enlightened, then it is your destiny to suffer.
And the people who are addicted to holding on to their pain,
That's
using this
That's
idea.
another way of creating pain. Some hold on to it, some invite it, some want to use pain to beat themselves up. There are many various psychological reasons.
So the best is to just release what is in the moment.
Best is, if you have pain, release it.
Guru teaching us about enlightenment, does it mean Guru's teaching is correct knowledge?
Guru's teaching is correct knowledge.
What they are teaching is the right knowledge.
Whether what they are teaching is right. After what we get from God, it seems Gurus are not giving the whole picture.
Okay.
So I will leave it there.
In my experience, low-income group people do take the mantra, but they don't continue, not all, but majority of them. Do we need to push them a little?
No, we do not need to push anyone. We are not anyone's caretaker. Our job is to tell them, if you use this, see what shows up in your life. Then it is between them and God. We push no one.
We can invite them that if you have any questions, you can come back, but not to push.
Not to push.
Somebody is asking, is it God's will that should that person get married? Just to enjoy the process of being married.
Okay. If someone wants to enjoy, why should I say not okay?
Some relationships end with a bang. While some end very peacefully. Is it God's will or their storyline?
Storyline.
प्रणाम सर, बहुत बहुत प्यार सर. सर, I have a question. क्या हमें नेगेटिव लाइन बोल के उसकी रिलीजिंग करनी चाहिए? May I have your grace, God?
Yes.
या कई बार पॉजिटिव चीज भी होती है that I'm falling in love so much, so should I also release that because I feel it is overwhelmed?
Why do you want to release the positive? Why not enjoy it?
सर कभी कभी बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है तो वो ऐसे लगता है बर्डन कि ये कहीं आर्टिफिशियल ना हो.
आर्टिफिशियल हुआ तो भी क्या हुआ? लव तो है ना.
हाँ वो तो है.
तो एंजॉय करो ना.
ठीक है सर.
ठीक.
थैंक यू सर.
Thank you.
Can they do Kriya and God's mantra together? So
God's will is give God a chance, but God says if you find it difficult to let go of all your earlier practices, then continue and then just do the mantra and let's see what shows up in your life.
Yes, sir. Sir, what I want to ask you now that some year back, I really went through a turmoil, and that time Sri Swami Samartha, someone told me, and I was following that. And it's like every time I'm taking breathe, now it is like with the Swami's name only. Today I'm in such a thing, sir. I stopped going to temple and all. I'm not in that karmic this like following some religious rituals and all. So I feel very guilty that am I avoiding now Swami or what? Like means I'm carrying that guilt, sir. So what to do?
Release it. All the guilt that I am carrying, May I have your grace, God?
Okay. Sir, one thing I really want to say that your face na is a very, that kindness is there, full of kindness and soothing. So thankful to you. Whenever I see your face na, I really feel that I have that connection with the God. So thank you so much, sir. And one thing, sir, many times whenever I have a problem na, and when I say, may I have grace, God, and I'm telling you immediately it occurs like, I'm at peace. So how to say thank you to God? Because it happens many times.
You already did.
Seriously, I'm telling you, I'm living in Mumbai and I'm in a train like in the morning when from 6 o'clock I'm standing in the kitchen. And when I say in the train, there is no place to sit. And I say, okay, my God, my legs are really paining. Like, may I have your grace, God? And immediately someone offers it to me. So it's
Okay.
believe me, sir. Sir, it is happening. I'm telling you. Like after after doing this almost 2 months, na, then I realized that one thing like people always want some miracle or something from the gurus, or they may be expecting from you. But now my one experience really I want to share with you that I always felt that I really too much put on weight and all, and what to do like, and I always used to say, may I have your grace, God? Please just take it seriously. Maybe you're laughing, it is good. And now I'm motivated to do exercise. And believe me, I'm losing weight also. So I feel like, it's not a miracle, but God gives
You
some
know
way
what?
out to help
Now they
you.
are not laughing. They are jealous of you.
Sir, but I felt that is the answer of whatever I'm saying, like the releasing, and I'm happy with my like, with my exercise and all. Like, so it's not a miracle that some God will come, He will give you anything, like, but
True.
God definitely give you way out, and that I am experiencing, sir, that. And in many ways, I'm telling you. So thank you so much. It's like a miracle, like Jadoo ki chadi for me.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manisha.
Is it marriage and married life is one of the part of the hypnosis of Maya? If I get answered by this question, so many questions will be answered about my life.
It's a karmic journey and a part of the storyline,
Which is part of the Maya.
which is everything ultimately is Maya.
Acceptance is based on one's belief. When the book states that we have been misguided all these times and there is no God connection unless we go through the book, guides us again. Aren't we then falling back on belief? So why should one choose this belief over spirituality? After all, both are based on beliefs.
I'm not giving any belief. I'm saying try it out.
If anything positive happens, I feel very cautious because I have a fear of getting addicted to happiness. What should I release? Should I release on it?
Whatever. So what is that? Within that is the releasing phrase. If anything positive happens, I feel very cautious. So that is the releasing phrase.
I fear of getting addicted to happiness.
Yeah.
May I have your grace, God?
No one gets addicted to happiness. People actually get addicted to unhappiness.
You recently had a reel which says that choosing happiness brings you closer to God. Choosing to be happy.
Choosing to be happy brings us closer to God, but our natural tendency is to be unhappy. So in that, if one makes a conscious choice that I decide to be happy under all circumstances, then the first thing that they will do is they will release their unhappiness. They will release their addiction to unhappiness. They will release their wanting to remain unhappy. They will release on all the payoffs that happens in their life when they are unhappy. They will release their righteousness that is creating their unhappiness.
What are the payoffs of unhappiness? Some examples.
Payoff is, it gives me, it's like we tell people, because of you I'm unhappy. So trying to put guilt in another person.
And this unhappiness and the thing you say that We should forgive ourselves, accept ourselves, and respect ourselves. Are they somewhere interconnected? And should we consciously release on these things?
All three are around choosing to be happy.
Spirituality comes to well-off people. Is it same with God as well? Is it the reason they don't continue with the mantra?
Spirituality comes to well-off people.
Well-off people.
Then
Is it same with the God as well? Is it why the reason they can't continue doing the mantra?
I don't know what is the question.
Basically, this person is trying to say the spirituality can be followed by people who already are materially well off, rich, and that's why they can continue practices. And is it same with God? Because if people can't continue with the mantra because they're not well to do in their lives.
What has money got to do with doing a 2-minute practice?
Maybe it is connected to the other question that was asked before, that low income group can't continue doing the mantra after a some point. So basically it has whether somebody can continue.
No, I have seen even the high income group not doing the mantra. So there's nothing as low income or high income. Only thing is the low income group are like, because of their lack of understanding, if they don't get an immediate payoff, they don't want to continue. But I wouldn't use the word high income. I would give the people with a greater maturity. They know that it is better to be with God than to be with the king who has a vested interest in creating our pain and suffering. This has got nothing to do with money. It has got everything to do with maturity.
We always are asking for God's grace. Is there something we can do in return?
Towards God?
Yes.
Maybe you can take the message of God to some people you know. Thank you everyone for those who came, asked such beautiful questions. And it was fun talking with you all. And maybe we'll meet again at some point of time. Thank you. God bless you.